Okay, today we're looking at reducing balance depreciation. So yesterday we looked at flat rate depreciation. Flat rate depreciation is when it's the same amount coming off the value every time, and it was opposite to simple interest. Well, reducing balance depreciation is the opposite to compound interest. So the amount that it's depreciating is changing every time. So for an example, if I had an item that was valued at $100 and it was reducing balance depreciation of 10%, so say per annum, so say if it dropped 10% in the first year, it would drop down $10, which would make it 90. Then in the second year, when it gets reduced by 10%, it's 10% of 90, which is $9. So you can see that the amount that it's dropping is always changing, and it's getting less and less. And so this is reducing balance depreciation. So the annual depreciation is not a fixed amount. So like I said before, first year it was $10, next one was $9, but is calculated as percentage of the book value. So once again, explaining, book value just means the value of the item after a certain amount of years, because it's decreasing in value. It's not the original cost of it anymore. So we've got a couple of formulas here that we can use. So if we want to find the book value, so the value of the item after any time, we can use this formula where P is the purchase price, and then we times it by 1 minus the reducing balance percentage, which will be given to you per annum per year and compounded annually, and then for how long is time. So if we actually want to find out how much it's dropped by, we can take the the original price and minus what the actual value is at the time, so the actual value now, and that would give us the depreciation. So instead of say V, we might use the formula for V, which is here, so that formula is similar to this that formula there. Alright, so let's do some examples on the next page. So a factory manager has decided that it's better to depreciate the machine purchased for $30,000 using the reducing balance method. So now they're always going to tell you which method they're using, whether they're using flat rate or reducing balance rate, because it makes a difference. So here the $30,000, they've told us the P, the purchase price, and then it says it depreciates at 15% per annum. So they've told me the R, and what is the book value after 4 years. So I know that T is 4. So if I go the formula for the value, which was P times 1 minus the rate over 100 to the power of T. So if I substitute in what I have for this example, it'd be 30,000 times 1 minus 15 over 100 to the power of 4. And if you type that into your calculator, you will get the answer of, I'm going to round to the nearest dollar, 15,660. So if I wanted to know the amount of depreciation in this example, I would do the principal minus the value at the time. So I do the 30,000 minus so that comes to 1560. So if we wanted to work out the amount of depreciation, we do the purchase price, 30,000 minus the book value, and that ends up being 14,340. So this would be the amount it's depreciated in the 4 years there. Alright, let's have a look at the next question. A small business bought a new computer for $3,500, so that's the P. If the tax office allows a reducing balance annual depreciation rate of 40%, the book value of the system at the end of 5 years is. So let's go pop in. They want the book value, so we would need the V formula. So V times 1 minus the rate over 100 to the power of t. Okay, so if we plug in what we know, P was 3,500, 1 minus 40 over 100 to the power of 5. If we do that on the calculator, we end up with 272.16. So that is the value after 5 years of this computer. So it now is only valued that. So it's dropped a fair bit in the 5 years. Okay, so today you're just doing 6F from that worksheet that I sent out yesterday.